Where I live, we have high school reunions every 5 years. It's a chance to catch up with people you haven't seen in a long time. You hear about their new families, their big moves, their divorces. Some of them walk in glowing, looking like they've leveled up in life. Others? Well, they usually skip it, maybe because they don't want anyone to see how things haven't worked out. Let's be real, everyone at that party is trying to show their best side. But Stoics don't care about impressing others at reunions or anywhere else. They're not living for applause or validation. A true Stoic isn't worried about what others will say about them. They're focused on becoming the best version of themselves. No show, no pretending, just real growth. Do you ever feel like life is rushing forward, but you're stuck in the same place, spinning your wheels? You dream of real change, but it always feels just out of reach. What if 2025 could be different? Not because of luck, not because of empty promises, but because you decided to take control, one step at a time. This isn't about chasing every shiny goal at once or trying to prove anything to anyone. It's about cutting through the noise, focusing on what truly matters, and building a stronger, wiser version of yourself. The Stoics believed that real power comes from within, from mastering your thoughts, actions, and choices. That's what makes reinvention possible. In this video, I'll show you how to step back from the distractions, rebuild your foundation, and step into the year ahead as someone ready for anything. It's not about being perfect, it's about being steady, focused, and unshakable. 2025 isn't going to wait for you. So let's make it the year you become the person you've always known you could be. Why reinventing yourself is a game changer. We all love a good comeback story, don't we? It's inspiring to see someone rise from challenges, go through the struggle, and come out stronger. But the best comeback stories don't happen in the spotlight. They're made in quiet, everyday moments, the times when no one's watching and you're left alone with your thoughts, your doubts, and your determination. That's where real transformation happens. Reinventing yourself means stepping away from all the noise and pressure and focusing on becoming someone better from the inside out. Now, let's get real for a second. Life is tough. We've all got battles that no one else can see, and sometimes it feels easier to stay where we are. Change can be scary, but that's exactly why reinventing yourself is such a powerful move. It's choosing to push forward even when it's tough. Reinvention isn't just about adding new habits or setting goals. It's about rethinking the way you see yourself and the way you respond to life's challenges. It's about asking, what kind of person do I want to be? And then making the choices that align with that vision, even if it means stepping out of your comfort zone. The Stoics understood this long ago. One of the greatest Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." It's a reminder that we can't control everything around us, the people, the situations, the ups and downs, but we can control how we react to those things. Real strength, they believed, is found within us, in our thoughts, and in our ability to choose our response. So, instead of waiting for things outside to change, we focus on changing ourselves. Reinventing yourself through this Stoic lens means becoming less affected by what's going on around you. Instead, you become steady, grounded, and strong. The Stoics taught that this kind of self-mastery is the ultimate freedom. When you're not chasing approval or getting thrown off by setbacks, you become unstoppable. Think of yourself as a rock that stays steady, no matter how strong the winds blow. When you learn to work on your inner strength, you're not just preparing for one goal or one success. You're building a foundation that can handle anything life throws at you. There's something special about working on yourself in the shadows, away from everyone's eyes. When you're not telling the world what you're doing, there's no pressure to be perfect or to reach a certain milestone right away. You get to focus on the process, on taking small steps each day without anyone watching or judging. Plus, when you're working in silence, you're less likely to get distracted or discouraged by other people's opinions. You get to build up your strength, one choice at a time, in a way that's just for you. By focusing on what's inside, your mindset, your habits, your resilience, you can make a much deeper change than any quick fix or New Year's resolution could ever give. Reinventing yourself isn't about becoming someone else. It's about bringing out your best qualities and learning to handle life's challenges with grace and strength. This journey isn't about impressing others. It's about respecting yourself and building a version of you that's more aligned with who you want to be. Real reinvention doesn't come from following trends or trying to please others. It comes from looking at yourself honestly and deciding to grow in a way that feels true and right for you. When you make changes from this place, the impact lasts because it's rooted in your values and driven by a deeper purpose. How to disappear like a Stoic. Let's talk about silence, not just any silence, but the kind that strengthens you. In a world where everyone's posting, sharing, and updating, going quiet can feel strange, almost like you're doing something wrong. But for the Stoics, silence was a strength. When you stop sharing every thought, every goal, and every step with the world, you gain something powerful: focus. So here's the first step to reinventing yourself. Go quiet. Pull back from the noise. Stop telling everyone what you're working on and keep those dreams and goals close. Think of them like treasure, locked up tight. The more people know, the more opinions you'll get. And opinions, they can be loud, distracting, and often way off track. When you overshare, you open the door for doubts, questions, and sometimes even negativity from people who don't get what you're trying to do. Protect your vision by keeping it to yourself. Now, going quiet doesn't mean shutting yourself off from the world or avoiding people who care about you. It's about knowing when to keep things private. The Stoics understood that real change starts inside. When you don't share your every move, you don't have to worry about people's reactions. You get to focus on the work, on improving, without the pressure of explaining yourself to everyone else. When you keep your goals private, there's another benefit: freedom. You don't have to live up to anyone's expectations or timeline, but your own. Think of it this way: if no one knows your plans, then there's no one to rush you, question you, or distract you. You're free to make mistakes, learn and adjust without the world watching. It's just you, staying steady on your path. Imagine you're running a race. If you keep looking at everyone else's lane, you're going to lose focus and start to doubt yourself. But when you focus only on your lane, you can give your full energy to moving forward. That's what disappearing like a Stoic is all about. It's about committing to your journey, your growth, and not worrying about what others think. The less you're looking for approval or validation, the more power you have to create the life you actually want. When you stop broadcasting your every move, you take back control. No one can judge your progress or discourage you if they don't even know what you're working on. That's your power. While others may feel the need to show off every achievement, you're building something strong and steady, quietly, without interruptions. When you learn to hold back, to go quiet, you're making space to build strength, focus, and resilience. Instead of telling everyone your plans, spend that energy taking action. Make each day a step closer to becoming the person you want to be. The less you say, the more you can actually do. And soon enough, you'll surprise even yourself with how far you've come. Transform in the shadows. Now that you've gone quiet, it's time to get to work. Think of this part as your secret lab, your own personal dojo, where all the magic happens. Here, you're free to experiment, fail, try again, and build yourself up without the world watching. This is where you get to focus on transforming step by step. First, start with your goal. What's your end game for 2025? Maybe it's leveling up in your career, getting into the best shape of your life, or finally learning that skill you've been dreaming about. Whatever it is, make it crystal clear. Don't just say, I want to get fit. Instead say, I want to run a 5K by June, or I want to lift a certain weight by next December. When you're specific, you create a target, something you can actually aim for. Once you know what you're aiming at, it's time to get into the daily grind. Every single day, do something, anything, that brings you a little bit closer to your goal. It doesn't have to be huge. In fact, it's the small, consistent actions that add up. Imagine you're adding a single drop of water to a bucket every day. Over time, those drops build up, and suddenly you've got something powerful. Here's the real secret. Transformation isn't supposed to be easy. The Stoics believed that challenges make us who we are. When things get tough, it's easy to want to quit. But this is where Stoicism kicks in. Embrace the pain, the struggle, the moments that feel impossible. Epictetus, a famous Stoic, said that difficulties are things that show a person's true nature. Every tough moment you push through, it's making you stronger. Think of struggle as your training partner. When you're working out, those last few reps hurt because they're building muscle. It's the same with any goal. If you want to grow, you're going to have to stretch to reach a little further than you did yesterday. Pain isn't your enemy, it's part of the journey. When you can welcome the tough moments, you're building a type of strength that's unbreakable. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, it's built brick by brick. Each day you put in the work, no matter how small, you're laying down a foundation. The Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control, and that means showing up every day, even when we don't feel like it. It means putting in the effort, even when nobody's watching or cheering us on. This is how real change happens, not through one big leap, but through small, consistent steps forward. In your own personal workspace, your sanctuary of growth, the quiet and the grind are what shape you. While the world is busy scrolling, posting, and chasing quick fixes, you're here in the shadows, building something real. When you're working away from the spotlight, there's no need to prove anything to anyone. You can take your time, experiment, and grow at your own pace. The path to transformation takes patience. It's easy to feel like you're not moving fast enough, but remember, every small step counts. When things get slow or the road feels long, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Think about how powerful it will feel to reach your goal after all the quiet work you put in. Each time you get closer, you're creating a stronger version of yourself, one that doesn't need validation from anyone else. The Stoics teach us that true power is in what we build inside, away from distractions. Keep showing up in your personal lab, keep pushing through the hard moments, and before long you'll realize that the person you've become is stronger, smarter, and more resilient than ever. Reappear with quiet power. Now comes the moment you've been working toward, the reappearance. But here's the thing. This isn't about showing off. It's about stepping back into the world with quiet power. You've changed, and your transformation will speak for itself. Words? They're overrated. Your actions, your energy, and the way you carry yourself will say everything that needs to be said. Think about it. When someone's truly confident, they don't have to shout it out loud. It's like walking into a room where everything clicks. People notice. They may not be able to put their finger on what's different about you, but they'll feel it. And the best part? You won't need their approval. Your hard work, discipline, and growth have already given you something far more valuable: self-respect. The person you used to be, they've served their purpose. They got you to where you are now, but they don't define your future. The new you is a force of nature, stronger, wiser, and calmer than before. And here's the truth. You won't even care what people think anymore. Why? Because you've learned to value what truly matters, not likes, not claps, not someone else's opinion. You've built something solid inside yourself that no one can take away. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, taught that real strength comes from within. He lived through wars, betrayals, and challenges most of us can't imagine, but he always came back to the same principle: focus on your inner world. When you've mastered that, nothing outside can shake you. That's the kind of confidence you're stepping into now. You don't need to announce your comeback. The work you've done, the skills you've built, and the growth you've achieved will shine all on their own. Think of it like a tree that's grown strong roots underground. It doesn't need to tell anyone it's thriving. You can see it in its branches, in the fruit it bears. That's you now. People will notice, and their reactions might surprise you. Some will cheer for you, some will envy you, and some might not even get it. But it won't matter, because your transformation wasn't for them. It was for you. The Stoics believed that true power doesn't need applause. Epictetus said it best: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your transformation wasn't about proving anything to anyone. It was about becoming the person you were meant to be. Now that you've done that, your confidence comes from a deeper place. It's not about showing up in a flashy way or trying to impress anyone. It's about walking your path with quiet strength and knowing you're unshakable. When you reappear, let the world see the new you, but don't feel the need to explain it. Let them wonder, let them admire you. Most importantly, let them see what happens when someone steps back, puts in the work, and comes back stronger than ever. Your silence will carry more weight than 1,000 words. And that, my friend, is real power. Why this works, reinventing yourself, is one of the most powerful moves you can make, but not for the reasons most people think. This isn't about turning heads or collecting compliments. It's about living your best life, the way you choose, on your terms. That's the Stoic way: focused, intentional, and free from all the noise of what others expect from you. When you step back and work in silence, something amazing happens. You stop chasing other people's approval and start building something real. That's the kind of life that lasts. A Stoic doesn't care about showing off or keeping up with trends. They care about building a life they can be proud of, a life rooted in values, discipline, and purpose. And that's exactly why this process works. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said it best: "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Think about that for a second. What most people call luck is really the result of hard work, patience, and being ready when the right moment comes. By disappearing, focusing, and putting in the effort now, you're setting yourself up for those moments in 2025. Opportunities will come. It's inevitable. But will you be ready? That's the big question. When you spend time transforming in the shadows, you're preparing for those opportunities. And when they show up, you'll step into them with confidence, knowing you've done the work. You won't just stumble into success, you'll walk into it with purpose. Another reason this works? Focus. Life is full of distractions, social media, gossip, endless notifications. They all pull you in a million directions. When you choose to step back and focus, you're reclaiming your time and energy. You're putting all that power into what truly matters. And here's the thing: what you focus on grows. If you focus on self-improvement, on learning, on building, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about staying centered even in the chaos of being a Roman emperor. If he could block out the noise and focus on what mattered, so can you. Reinventing yourself is about cutting through the clutter of life and locking in on your goals with laser-sharp clarity. Why 2025 is your year. Reinventing yourself works because it aligns with how life actually functions. Life rewards preparation, focus, and consistency. It's not about waiting for the right time or wishing for a break. It's about taking action every single day to create the life you want. You don't need anyone's permission to start. 2025 is your blank slate. You've got the opportunity to rewrite your story, and the pen is in your hands. Reinventing yourself isn't just a game changer, it's a life changer. It's about becoming the kind of person you're proud of when no one's watching. That's real freedom. That's what Stoicism teaches us. So, as the new year approaches, remember this: the life you want isn't out there somewhere. It's waiting for you to build it step by step, starting now. Your future self is waiting. It's not about tomorrow, next week, or someday. It's about what you choose to do right now. Take control of your journey and make 2025 the year everything changes. Start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Pick one goal, one habit, or one step and stick with it. Stay consistent. It's those little daily actions, the ones no one else sees, that add up to big results. And when you look back, you'll see just how far you've come. This is your moment to rise above distractions, doubts, and the noise of the world. It's time to focus, transform, and show up as the strongest version of yourself. Reinvention isn't a dream, it's a decision. Make yours today. Before you go, don't miss our next video. Stop letting emotions control you with these 8 Stoic lessons. If you've ever felt overwhelmed or held back by your feelings, this one's a game changer. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey. Your commitment to growth and wisdom is what inspires us to keep sharing. Let's keep leveling up together. See you in the next video.